The mission of Sylvia's Child Advocacy Center is to reduce the trauma to children that have experienced sexual abuse, physical abuse, witnessed to violence, or witnessed to traumatic event. I can't imagine how much time it takes to do some of those. We work as a team so that the child does not have to be interviewed several times. We want to do the interview one time, and then every part of the investigation team go out and do their part of the investigation to ensure that the child is safe and that we can start to heal. We have worked really hard in the last 8 years to ensure the best possible care for our clients and our children. In the last 8 years, we have increased our efforts in prevention. If we can prevent these things from happening to children, we would much rather do that than have to do the forensic interviews. In terms of prevention, we help allocate funds for programs called Teen Lures and Child Lures, and they're given to all of the kids in Boone County. So that's about 12,500 kids that receive that programming. And that programming empowers them to know it's okay to say no to unwanted touches and that they can get help. They can ask for help. They can tell a trusted adult what's going on. When you're riding your scooter and you start at the white line, tell me all about that. Obviously, we've done the forensic interviews for the 8 years, but another piece that was very important to us was to ensure that the aftercare and the mental health care of our clients was the best possible. So we have linkage agreements with several mental health facilities in Boone County, but one of the main ones is Integrative Wellness, and they are co-located with us. They are downstairs, and those therapists are specially trained in trauma-informed care, and they can see our children after this process has happened and start the road to healing.
We hear this all the time, children are our future, but we know how many children are hurting and how many children need everyone around to be a voice for them. And I'm passionate about that, whatever it takes to help. And it's just part of, I love children and I love seeing them smile and happy and grow in a positive way.
Courage.
Kind of my worst nightmare.
To transform terror to grace.
We had a home invasion, and this has been 6 or 7 years ago, probably 6.5 years ago, and it was quite traumatic. We had 6 guys break in our home, and it was a 2-hour ordeal. They pretty much destroyed our home. They violated my daughter and I pretty severely. I was shot a couple times. We weren't sure we were going to survive the night. And I made the decision and said at the hospital and to my husband, I don't remember this so much, but my husband says it quite often, we're going to make something good out of this, because otherwise it's just a terrible situation and nobody wins.
Talk about faith, family, friends.
6 young guys went to prison forever, and we were in a pretty terrible place for a while. I knew that I had to give back to other people because we got so much support at that time from the community and friends and all around our church community. But I know not everybody gets that, and especially children who don't necessarily have a voice to be there for them. So I know that one of the things here, they're so good about helping kids and doing things in such a confidential way that kids can feel empowered and they don't have to necessarily speak in front of the person who's been abusing them. And so I love the way Sylvia's Place operates, and I want to support them in any way I can. And this is the community I taught in for many years, so it always feels like home when I come into Lebanon.
I've known Eileen for years. We have known each other in many different realms, the school and things like that. But when Eileen came to me and wanted to join the board of directors and wanted to become an advocate, and one of her words were that I want to make sure that everything we went through, that a child has the most support possible. And so she joined our board to continue to support us. And she shares her story as an adult.
I think we get one chance on this earth, and it is part of our responsibility to take care of others. It's just how I feel. I feel very strongly that my role is not just to enjoy life on my own terms, but it's to be there for other people, and kids in particular. I just have a real passion for.
We work together a lot as a team to ensure everyone is okay and everyone is checking in emotionally to ensure that we can continue to do this work, because it is very important work. We try very hard to support each other, and we also give each other some inspiration through quotes and books and different things. But one of our favorites is a quote by Franklin Roosevelt. We may not be able to prepare the future for our children, but we can at least prepare our children for the future.